Here, as you can see, we are masters of liquidity, right? Correct. These purple boxes are the Asian range session. It's pretty easy. Just Asian range session. Nothing major, nothing secret, right? The areas are of crazy accuracy. And if you know, every single time that we connect here in these lives, I'll tell you where I will look for entries and exits. And every single time you come back the day after and it happened. Here we're looking for buys below this area, just didn't happen, that's fine. Now we can look for sells. Actually not. Actually not. Look, this is always why. You need to zoom out a little bit and try to see what's going on. Here I will not look for sells, I will look for sells above this area. I'm looking for price to actually grab this liquidity and then look for sells. So I'll put an alert here and we can possibly target then this internal range liquidity. Price always moves from internal to external liquidity. So let me show you an example. So here, if we go for external liquidity, this whole move to the upside becomes the move that went for this external liquidity. Therefore, we will have a lot of internal liquidity to be grabbed along the way. So for this reason, I will at least target the internal liquidity of this strong move that will target this external liquidity. Okay? So if this strong move takes external liquidity and is a strong move because this low is in control. Why? Because it manipulates and breaks to the upside. I believe this low is a very strong low which actually left behind imbalance. For these reasons, I will mark this out as internal liquidity. I will target this area. I will look for this high to be taken and then we will target internal liquidity. This can be a very interesting New York session. Now usually what we can do, but we will not do it today because there is no pattern here. This is just V shape, and if you know me, we don't trade V shape. All right. I will answer questions in a second. Oh, stream chat channel in my Discord. This is actually interesting. Let's stay tuned for that. This you maybe gave me an idea. Anyway. Here we have a V-shaped recovery, but anyway, if we are targeting this liquidity and if we know that price is going for this external liquidity, then what I usually look for is a fake change of character right here, which reaches maybe a demand, like for example this demand. Okay, now at that point we target the high of the change of character. Why? Because here there is liquidity, because all the traders are trading the change of character, taking sells from this supply. And at this point what usually happens, we reach here, we have a retracement, a lot of people are entering even more, people entering more, people entering more, people are entering more, then we go up. We grab this liquidity, then we give a confirmation, we go down. This is what happens usually. We just need to know where to look for this. You just need to know where this happens. If you know where this happens, then problem solved, right? Fortunately, it's not that easy. But it can be easy if you practice enough and if you actually spend times on charts and you know where to look this for. Now, I usually share this with Excel students. I don't really, I come here on the lives, of course, I tell you a lot of stuff. I give you all the gems. I share where I want to enter, where I want to exit. And if there are trades, I actually take the trades live. But I don't give 100% of it out here because otherwise Excel students, it wouldn't be fair for Excel students, which actually pay to get access to my mentorship. So for fake change of character and master of liquidity, that's only available for Excel students. A good example on NZDCAD about fake change of character. One is right here. It was marked yesterday during yesterday's live. Here we have break and break. A lot of people are entering. Price goes to the upside. And then after this change of character right here, we were looking for entries, but we never retraced. Now another good example of targeting liquidity is here. We're here, Asian range, low liquidity and the high of the liquidity. We were targeting the high of the liquidity, and I said that I was going to look for sells after this high was being taken, but we cannot, like, we can actually target that high. It doesn't mean that we just need to wait the whole time for this high to be taken in order to look for sells. It means that we can actually target that high if we have confirmations. For this reason, we broke to the upside, we retraced, here we had a confirmation, and that's it. This can be an entry, went to the upside, and that's pretty much it. We target the high of liquidity, which was taken right here. We are masters of liquidity. So for this reason right here, I will target these. Yes, we did just take the Asian range liquidity, but for today that's not enough. For me, I want to see this high being taken. I want to look for sells above this high and buys below this low. So let's look at some of the questions that we have for today. Do you avoid trading major red folder news? Yes, I avoid trading high impact news. What are the purple boxes? The purple boxes are the Asian range session. Pretty easy, it's just an indicator that puts where the Asian range is, and that's it. I took longs on GBPUSD. Okay, let me see. We're at 11:30. 11:30 right here. I mean, great. If you enter right here, good. It's just not a pattern that was valid to me, but great. What time frame do you trade best? You need multiple time frames, I believe. At least for me, I need multiple time frames. I don't need to go all the way from the weekly to the 1 minute, but if I look at the 1 hour, 15 minutes, and then 1 minute, that's enough for me. If I join the Discord, do I get access to all the material? Yes. You don't get access to the signals, but you get access to all the material. How do you do top-down analysis? I don't really care about top-down analysis from going from the weekly to the 1 minute. That just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, other people maybe do it, I don't know, but it just doesn't make sense. Why would I look for an entry on the 1 minute by looking first at the weekly, where the weekly is going? Like, the weekly can just play out in so many different ways, and it can play out on a longer time frame. It might just take a lot of days to actually play out in a certain way. Why would I look at the weekly? If I'm just looking for maybe a 20 pips trade with a 3 pips stop loss, or maybe a 15 pips trade with 3 pips stop loss, it's already a 5% gain. It's a 1-to-5 restored ratio. Why would I look at the weekly to catch 20 pips or 15 pips on the 1 minute? Doesn't make any sense. There's a fake account. Yeah, there's many fake accounts of me, unfortunately. Now, GBPUSD was actually valid. It's just it didn't give me the confirmation that I wanted to see. But actually it was a valid setup overall. It's just I didn't have any entry setup. I had an overall setup, just not the entry setup. How come you don't use 4 hours and 1 hour order blocks? 1 hour I do look at it sometimes. 4 hours is already too much if I know already what's going on the charts, sorry. And because liquidity is all that matters. If you show up to the lives here, you will see that every single day liquidity is all that matters. If you can understand where the liquidity is, even just on the 1 minute, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, then that's it, you're set. You don't really need anything else. And I'm not talking about the usual liquidity, I'm not talking about double tops, double bottoms, all of these things. I'm talking about real liquidity, like after which areas the market actually makes the biggest moves. That's the real liquidity. Like, after taking which highs and which lows does the market actually make big moves? Because we're interested in those big and fast moves, right? Because we can get a 5% return in 10 minutes, right?